Hi, I'm Melissa.
And I'm Jessie.
And welcome to our show.
A Nameless Production.
Melissa's Nova goes 35. We drop the top down so we can get high. We've got a studio band, posters on the wall. We won't answer, so don't even call. They say we're crazy, but we have a good time on a Nameless Production.
And today's episode is dedicated to
Brian Ewing. He's an artist. He's done posters for, I can't even name all of the bands, but Dirty Heads is one of them. That was the one that we chose to represent because Dirty Sisters, if you don't know the link, well, you're new here.
We are recreating these posters, so it is really fun to do.
Yeah, follow us on the socials. We posted pictures. We recreated his Mermaids, and we are selling air fresheners.
Of us. We took very, very, very cool pictures of the recreations of the posters, and now they are air fresheners of us. Tell them what we're doing, Jessie.
All the money from the air fresheners is going to be sent to Brian Ewing for hospital bills or house bills or whatever.
Yeah, whatever needs are needed.
Yes, for the needs. For his needs.
Yeah. And so we wanted to dedicate this to him.
Yeah, so we're going to...
Laughter is like what? Great medicine for a lot of different things. So
and
here we are. I'm going to make you laugh.
Go ahead.
No.
Let's see, that made me laugh.
No.
No. Well, it's super late, and it is actually today is the 2-year anniversary of us getting our studio.
Yeah. Ironically, we're recording in Jessie's garage today, which we haven't. I mean, I think
what should I pan left?
I think we. I don't even know. Yesterday, I'm like, let's do it at your house, and then today she posted. It was our 2 years, and I'm like, oh, it's been 2 years since we had the studio, but we're here.
I know. I'm like, how funny. This is episode 67. So we did 57 episodes in the studio. Well, ish.
Ish, like around two. We've done episodes other places too, but like that's crazy. Give me 5, because dang.
So if anybody would like to support him, hit up Melissa and she will send you the link, and then you can buy the air fresheners.
We'll send them to you.
Yeah, we'll send them to you.
And then you put them in your car, and they're beautiful, and
sniff them. I get to pick the smell.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be more of like an ocean smell. Something not picked by Jessie. You guys know what Jessie does to people. You'll open it up and it'll be like farts or something.
I would never. I would never.
That would be funny though. No, I can't. Every once in a while I'm like, oh my god, I did it. And then one day I was like, oh, I could do 10. And then never again. So I have video of it.
There's proof. I've seen it.
On our Nameless Production Facebook page is where the proof is. So I don't ever have to do it again. Because I've done it once or twice. Maybe 3 times.
Oh, speaking of songs and good news.
Guess what?
We are published.
We are published as
singer-songwriters.
Music producers.
Oh, yes, and also music producers.
And so we are now producing everything at a Nameless Production.
Yes.
I mean, we've got music videos, podcasts, designs. We have merch.
We have an album.
We have an album. May 5th is our the date that this is going to drop on all music platforms. So we're really excited. It's going to support and help fund the Battered Women and Children program through Dirty Sisters organization, so that we can help women and children when they're in need of this type of support.
So we'll be donating to shelters. We have donations. We have bags and bags of clothes to take. We can take books and things that they need. We also are going to have emergency funds when we know that there's a need or an urgency in a situation.
Yeah.
And then we will have ways that people can sponsor families as well. So, which the Compassion Project already does, but they all tie together in some way because it's Dirty Sisters, and that's what we fucking do.
We do that.
We do that. So we have a 16-song album.
I'm in love with it. It's so beautiful.
It's dropping on 5/5 Cinco de Mayo, which is also my sister Char's birthday, and she is up in space. And I feel like she would be really super fucking proud of me. And I am super proud of us, and we have worked so hard on this, and we got the official approval today.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Melissa, and then I immediately went straight into the notes and didn't acknowledge it at all.
And I was like, oh my gosh, whoa, 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 whoa. And then
I went back like 2 hours later, and I was like, also, I'm stoked.
yeah.
I forgot to say, I'm very happy.
Well, you know what? We've been waiting for this for a long time. Getting all the paperwork and getting all of the things set up, learning everything, because Jessie and I learned everything from the beginning to the end. Jessie learned how to produce an actual record. Now, Jessie is the head of our digital stuff, so she handles all of our digital stuff, like all of it, you know? And
see,
so,
and nobody actually thinks that I do or that it's real because
they don't know, because Jessie's the digital part. How do they think that we have a Facebook running? How do they think that we have an Instagram running? How do they think that we have this podcast going and edit it, and music videos and all of those things? It's Jessie. She's the one who's learning that stuff from the minute. If you've been here since the beginning, you know that neither one of us knew anything about any of this stuff.
or
And
microphones.
Yeah, and we still like sometimes have issues with microphones. And
See, okay, I know what to do. I know what to buy. I know where it is. I don't have the money.
well, also when you see dead people, she's like, what? I'm all, no.
Okay, so I have this problem where when I'm stressed out or frazzled is the exact word, frazzled. I fuck up the phones, I fuck up the computer, I fuck up the microphones, I can't use Bluetooth, I can't wear watches because the batteries die. Like, that's a real thing. I don't do anything to mess them up, they just get messed up. And so what are you made out of? We're made of light. Your soul is made of like what the sunshine feels like. And we're here to love. The purpose of life is love, to learn love, to give it, to receive it, all of those things. Your body is made of water and electricity. Frazzled
Fun fact.
is the electricity. Fun fact. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Sorry.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you, Anthony. Fun fact, in case you wanted to know the purpose of life, now you know. And so when I get frazzled, it messes up all my electricity and my electronics. We still don't have the best microphones or anything, but we will.
Even if we don't, you guys are still going to listen to us because we are awesome.
Yeah, we are. And then it tied into something else that was written on the paper.
And yes, and I knew exactly what that was going to tie into because my eyes are now opened. And when Jessie says things like meaning of life and stuff, and I have been realizing that, you know, the show Once Upon a Time, I believe in that stuff now. And I believe that like all of the different variants of life are like just entwined. Okay. And it's too much for me sometimes to think in my own head because I'm like, okay, I know I sound crazy, but I'm not crazy. Like, I saw something when I was going through my depression, and my eyes are open now, and I'm like, oh, we have to all start fucking
love,
doing the things. We have to start doing the love, like making sure everybody's okay. It hit me really hard that this is like supposed to be happening. When I start really talking about it, I feel crazy.
Okay, you guys have heard me rant about it, and you have seen her eyes literally glaze over. She went to church one time and comes back and goes, okay, I believe you. She had been to church many other times, but this one time, and it was the same as Brett Coleman said. He said he did a bunch of things, and then he did that one thing, and it fucking changed.
But the way the pastor, like, explained the level of life, you know, the levels of the world, the levels of everything. It's all happening.
I call it dimensions.
Dimensions, yes.
I call them dimensions.
And it is.
But then, like, in religion, sometimes they call them heaven and hell. I have ranted about how there are other things that exist around us and in between us and at the same time as us, and we just don't have the physical senses to see it or experience it.
And when you do, it's freaking weird. And when things happen, it's like weird.
I believe in those things. I believe that your spirit doesn't die, your soul doesn't die. It's energy and it doesn't die. Your body can die, and everybody knows that. I believe that energy goes somewhere. And so my sister Charlotte has passed away, and she has come back to visit me. And my kids have been visited by their Nana, their great grandma, and I've seen it, and I've watched them do it. And so we have a ghost in our studio, and we call him Jerry. Mm-hmm. But sometimes Jerry invites other people.
Yeah, or we do.
So, I mean, they don't have to be invited. Sometimes they just want to visit you.
They're just with us.
And they just love you, and they want to see you, and they need to tell you something.
It's fucking weird.
Is it?
Because I haven't, before I came to the studio, I really hadn't been too open to that kind of stuff. Once I started going to the studio and Jerry started coming around and other things started happening, and then more personal things started happening. Like,
are we telling the whole story?
Sure. I mean,
okay. So we were at the studio on Monday, and we had hung out all weekend. And over the weekend, Melissa's husband, Demir, told us about a dream that he had where one of their friends who had passed away came and visited him. And, like, that was the details we were left with, right?
Yeah.
So at the studio on Monday, I was like, I had this whole thought process. I was irritated by the Uber and Lyft lights, how they are blue and pink. And I don't like that because it is too close to the cop colors. And I'm like, are there not other colors that they could have fucking used? But no, they can't use green, they can't use red, they can't use yellow because those are traffic lights or caution lights. All of the other colors are taken or weird. Like purple is kind of black light color, doesn't always show up. And then I was like, they should have like teal, not just fucking blue, but like teal.
Yeah.
That color lights. And so we go to the studio, we're hanging out, and we were setting up this. And I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I can't do all the shit. So Melissa has to do most of the physical labor now. Sorry, Melissa.
Which it's okay because it makes me fucking strong.
Okay.
Guns.
Oh, mine's all squished in this fucking
Yeah,
cage.
I would break the shit out of that cage.
We should go get an egg.
Like the Hulk. Just kidding. I'm a mermaid. Okay.
We're beautiful. It's fine. Fucking, we're at the studio, and she goes to move the ladder from stapling stuff, and the freaking staple gun crashes down onto her and slams on her head.
Like,
and
really hard.
Bam.
Bam!
Like, concussion.
Like I got smacked.
And she just was like, what the fuck? And she had to go take a minute, not calm down, but like,
Cry.
like, calm your body because it fucking hurt.
Yeah,
then her shoulder was all red. And a little while later, the staple gun falls on her. It like goes by
Again,
her foot.
like falls on my foot.
And she's like, dude, what the fuck? And then I'm like, yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, and then I'm like, kind of like the bottle that kept falling on you with that one day when it was my friend Tawny's birthday. So Tawny was one of my best friends from years ago from high school that passed away. And it was her birthday, and Jessie and I were there working on the Dirty Heads music video.
The Island Glow.
Getting it set up, and the bottle just kept falling on Jessie. No matter where we put it, no matter what room we set it in, no matter where we set it, it would end up falling and hitting her. Like,
and it hurt.
At least 5 times. Like, she literally got hit with that bottle, no matter what.
We
like,
would put it safe places. We would put it in the corner. We would lay it sideways flat.
with something set there to make it not fall.
And it would still fall. See, and I tried to tell this story by myself, and I forgot it was her birthday, and I was like, there was like some major significance.
Yeah, it was her birthday.
And so she was like, dude, this is... all I can think about is Tawny. It's just bringing up all this stuff with Tawny. It's Tawny. And then, like, very soon after that...
it's like she came because the one of my other friends passed. And so it felt like she had come and, like, was going to be there for her.
To, like, help her along.
Yeah.
So we're at the studio. We're setting up. And we're like, okay, we just need to take a fucking break. Because, like, thinking about that is kind of heavy and weird. And, like, we we had both already seen something in the studio where we're like,
yeah, so 2 times Jessie, like, walked past, like, something, and then, like, out of my eye, I would see something else follow. And so it was, like, definitely happened 2 times, too. And then I was doing a video, and I was doing a video of this set right here. And, you know, there is absolutely no teal colors back here at all.
It's
and
all
I had the
orange
video,
red.
and I turned the video on, and I kind of went in and came out, and that whole side turned teal.
It was just blue. It was
the color.
video was not correct.
No, it wasn't. And I was like, what the heck? And I'd look, and what the heck? And
So we're like, all right, we're going to go take a break. And we go to the party store. And at the party store, we're grabbing a couple things. And Melissa stops, and we're like looking at the leis and the flowers and stuff. And we're like, we have enough. And she's like, I just want to buy this one. And it's a teal lei. And she's like, I just like it.
yeah.
And she's
I
like
didn't even
touching
realize
it. And I'm like, dang, that's weird. And that's when I was like, hey, I just had this thought about the fucking lights. I want teal lights on the cars. And she's like, oh. And then I'm like, yeah, but we don't need to buy it. It's fine. We can just go. So we go. We leave the flower lei. I mean, we didn't need it. Fine.
Yeah.
And we go back. She's showing me the video. And I'm like, oh, we'll use the video camera instead. Maybe the lights are just fucking with it. Also, she lost her phone.
Well, we'll go back to that because...
Yes, but that's significant here because we were trying to take pictures with our very nice video camera that we have.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That we rarely use.
And it's not teal or blue, and it doesn't have a teal or blue lens or anything.
No.
Anyway, so I saw the color again.
I start taking pictures, and I like turn the camera, and I'm like, dude, it's that same spot. But I was standing in a completely different area, so it wasn't like a lighting trick. It was different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that same spot got all dark. So I turned the camera off, turned it back on to try and fix it so it's not dark anymore. And Melissa's like, how weird. And so she just walks over to that spot.
And I, like, just give it a hug. I
She's
just
like-
put my arms around
she's
it
like-
and gave it a hug. And I went,
Whoever it is,
yeah, hi.
they just needed a hug.
Ugh.
And I was like, oh. I go back and I'm looking at it, and that one picture won't open. So, like, I didn't realize I got a picture of her doing the hug
Going,
in the dark spot with her arms out and everything. I'll try and put it on here if I can get it.
yeah, if
But-
it'll work. Because
yes.
they stop us.
Whenever I try and include those, it will not upload for
At
days
all.
and days and days
And she's
until
like,
I
what's wrong with
remove
it?
it.
What's wrong with it? And then we take it out, and it's like, oh, dude.
That shit started way back when we went to Zan's. I have goosebumps.
Yeah,
really bad.
all the way back when we...
They
we
won't
told
let me.
Yeah, no.
Jerry was like, fuck you bitches. Don't show people.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not, no.
He's our friend though. I sit down and we're talking about how weird it all is and like all the connections and everything because we both had that vibe. And she was like, it's weird with the Tawny thing and then their other friend that passed away. As we're talking about it with the stapler, and she's still like fucking hurting and literally probably had a concussion.
I still probably have a concussion.
Yes. The same week.
Yeah.
I have the computer open and we're working and we're in the middle of meetings and a fucking message pops up that says, hey, I want to plan a business meeting with you and Melissa. And I went, and she goes, what? I literally gasped. I don't fucking do that
I've
shit.
never seen Jessie go, and I went, what?
And I couldn't, like, it was...
And I'm still
one
looking like, what?
name came out of her mouth, and then immediately the next name pops up on the screen, and I'm like, they want a business meeting. That was fucking weird. And I did not get the chills. My whole body got hot.
Like right now, I'm all hot.
Hot. My hands got hot.
Like flustered. It's like a flushed.
But
Dang.
I didn't feel stressed or anything. I just was like, the timing of
You
that.
could say, so it was we were talking about the wife, and the husband wrote.
Saying he wanted a business meeting about Dirty Sisters. We were talking about the wife.
Who passed away.
And all these signs of why she was there. And then how it was the same friend who was in Demir's dream. And then the husband emailed, and I just was like, that was fucking crazy, dude. That was wacky. I don't know.
It gets wackier.
So
remember
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, dang, I just need to take a bong took because I'm like so weirded out at this point. Like, I wasn't ready for that twist right there. Yes, it was intense. It was like a, hey, I'm going to do something for you. I'm going to do something for you. Hey, be ready.
I'm here. I've got to show you something. Here, wait, look.
And
watch.
then we looked, and then it was there. And I mean, it's a business meeting we would appreciate having. And then I clicked that away, and I look, I'm like taking my bong toke, and I like glance over at the screen again, and I'm like, oh my God, can you just come here? And she's like, what? And I'm like, no, can you just come here? I'm like a little bit freaking out at this point. I'm like, I don't want to say it out loud. Can you just come here?
Yeah, it was weird.
And so she walks over and looks at the screen, and in a comment thread, like a GIF pops up.
Yeah, like the GIF.
Of this.
Of a hug GIF. Like the person is just going.
It was Kelly Clarkson.
I wonder, Holly loved Kelly Clarkson.
And it did get a little bit more after that, where I was like, I was so overwhelmed at that point that I was like, I really just need a break. Can we just take a moment? Because I feel like, and she goes, like you saw a ghost? And I went, mm-hmm.
We both did. It was very, very, very real. Probably the most real thing that's happened to me.
It was just back to back to back to back. Like, there was no moment where we could say it wasn't happening. It just kept happening. And I was like, oh my, to the point where I couldn't even say it out loud. And I was like, will you just please come look? Because what the fuck?
And
so
we are very happy we were together, because that would have sucked having to deal with something like this alone and not being able to ask somebody else, is this fucking really happening?
Oh, and it was so real. And we go to put on our makeup because we were taking the photos for Brian Ewing to do the donations. I pick up the jar that has my makeup in it, and there's a fucking teal feather.
Just laying there.
Just sitting there.
Like, the fuck?
And a feather means an angel, not a ghost. And so she was like, say it right. I felt like she was like, I'm not a ghost.
Oh, and so yeah, she's not
angel.
A ghost. She's an angel for sure.
And so we did get corrected.
Yeah, she used to make me slap her if she was like upset or doing something or having issues. Like, she would be like, okay, fine, just slap me. Just slap me.
Or she's like, I'll fucking
this
slap
happened all the times.
I'll fucking slap me.
Yeah, I won't slap her because fucking
fuck that.
She'll hit me back, and fuck that.
She would deliver that kind of snap out of it.
Hit me in the head, like, to get me to see or get me to understand, and my phone went missing, and it's just like all kinds of things have been happening that are like, they have to be the other dimensions, like, intertwining. I'm a very, very strong believer in God and all of that. I was raised in church, and I believe those things. But I also believe that there are those dimensions. They tell us about heaven and hell.
I'm Norwegian, so I grew up with stories about like Asgard and shit like that. And I've always thought that stuff was real. I've always thought it was real. If there's that one heaven, why isn't there that like other fucking bridge over there that does the same shit?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, different shit, but same shit.
Well, like Zeus. And
I mean, the ice giants.
Medusa and all that.
Yeah, that was always a joke. Like,
yeah.
You know, Odin promised there would be no ice giants. You're fucking welcome.
There are ice giants now. Did you see the ice giants in freaking Florida?
No, there's ice giants.
Oh my gosh. The hail was this big in Florida. I saw it on the news.
That's like bowling balls.
Yeah, it was.
That's real?
They said baseballs, but it was like, but maybe it was softballs, because when they showed it, it was huge. But no, really, it happened, and like all of those crazy things are happening that like all the books and all the movies have been telling us are going to happen. So I believe in the movies. I believe in a lot of the movies because I believe that a lot of the people that have written the movies know.
Okay, you guys know the movie M. Night Shyamalan wrote where the trees, I don't remember what it's called, where the trees put out like this toxic gas to kill everybody? That's real. It's called allergies.
Yeah, duh. And
it's real.
There's all kinds of stuff happening, and like we're just here to give you all of our conspiracies.
So she fully believes that there's gonna be zombies.
I fully 100% believe that there will be zombies. Yeah.
I'll show you.
I'm all. Yeah, it's all.
But it did feel very nice to have her. Well, one, she came out of a very strange, long, depressive bipolar episode. Way dipped down.
Woo, but guess what? I know you guys saw that other episode, and I feel so much better, and I've been able to get a lot of stuff accomplished, and business stuff, and all of my jobs, because remember we talked about all of Jessie's jobs. All of my jobs are like all the business stuff, the paperwork stuff, the financial stuff, all the printing, I have been pressing most of the stuff right now because it's at my house, and I've been doing the flags and contacting the artists and the producers and making relationships with higher ups and like things like that. But that's all.
Yeah, I forgot the point. The point was that she's back and she's doing those things now.
All of those.
But I don't remember why I said it. Nope, I don't remember what I was going to talk about. You said too many things. I lost it. Nope.
You just...
I had that problem. The other day, she was trying to tell me something, and I literally, like, picked something up, and she was like, wait, I'm not done. And I was like, I know, but you're taking a really long time to say this, and I can't pay attention anymore. So what is it you're trying to say again? Because I haven't figured it out yet.
I'm almost there.
And then she said it, and I was like, okay, so what you mean is...
Oh, well, that's stupid. Why can you say it in like 2 seconds like that? It took me like 10 minutes.
What?
Well, now I understand why Demir's usually like... Okay.
So you want me to do what?
What was the point?
I don't know what my point was, but she went to church. That was probably my point.
Believe you.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about that.
It is nice. It is nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, she doesn't treat me like I'm crazy anymore, and her eyes also... her eyes don't glaze over as much. And I think it's fucking hilarious that it's because she went to church that all of a sudden now all of the crazy shit Jessie says, I actually understand it now. The pastor, he told it to me in this way, and I was like,
he did.
I fucking told you.
I'm going to find it, and I'm going to, like, share it. Just the way he presented it, probably. I guess it reminded me of that, like, just that whole once upon a time, like, listening and being like, oh, dang, you know what? They've been telling me this our whole lives, and it's, like, 100% real.
Yeah.
It's all real. And I believe in all of it.
It's wild how deep that shit goes, too. And I don't even want to say, like, a lot of them out loud because I'm pretty positive. I posted one on YouTube, and I have been shadow banned for, like, fucking 6 months. Maybe less. Maybe 4 months. But I have been shadow banned on the internet for so long, and I haven't gotten in trouble in so long. There's no reason for me to be shadow banned other than I keep saying these fucking things.
Yeah, she keeps saying the things that are true, and then they're like, oh shit, don't let her say the things that are true because then people like are gonna start believing her, and then I'm like, I believe her, and it's not that I believe Jessie didn't like get me to believe this shit. Oh yeah, you know what, you're right. I literally went through like a whole thing by myself. I went to church, I listened, I like really thought about it, I talk to God. I did
it wasn't
all
even
of those
just church.
things.
She was doing therapy. She was doing counseling. She was doing doctors. She was doing meditation. She was doing literally everything you can do. She was working on it. That one thing.
My eyes just opened and I was like, okay, I know now what I have to do. Like, I know what my job is.
So my realization was that
My life
story
purpose.
where like I tell about being in the rainbow. I was standing inside of the light of a rainbow. I was inside it. I know what it felt like. I could feel it still. If I focus hard enough, like I could fucking feel it. I wasn't on drugs. I wasn't sick. I wasn't dying. I was just there. And then I could like see everything and I was like, oh my God, we're doing it all wrong. It's all wrong.
We are.
And then I came out and I was like, fuck, that's my job. Everyone's gonna hate me. But when your job is to teach love, people hate you.
Yeah, it is. It's really, really sad. People are not open for what we're saying right now. Many of you are rolling your eyes, and many of you are thinking we're lying.
And
many of you are going, oh my God, you guys are so stupid. But we're not. And that's why we are doing what we're doing. And that's why we didn't realize, like, what the whole picture was and why we met and why all of these things are going on and why we're helping so many people. But it's because that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
We were called to do this, and this is what we're accomplishing. And it's nice that we didn't quit, because then I'm not sure what would have happened to the world. I'm just kidding. I know I'm going a little far.
She's basically a superhero. She has always been Wonder Woman once. There was one person who actually went on a date with one time who was like, the world's fucked up. And I was like, yeah, I know. And they're like, well, all you do is complain about it. Why don't you do something? And I got to this one point where I just went, I did. And they went, what? And I went, Dirty Sisters. And then they blocked me.
Bye.
But still, I was like, no, we did.
Yeah.
We literally did. We have a whole fucking organization, a whole nonprofit where we are trying to get people to...
Everything Dirty Sisters does is for the community and to help people, and it's donations and it's love, and it's taking the extra steps to make sure that something is taken care of.
It's good vibes. Yeah, be a little extra.
Yeah.
Be a little extra.
And some people don't understand it. Some people don't understand how we are doing what we're doing. We don't understand it sometimes. Sometimes we're like, well.
Someone else didn't understand it either. And that segues into another thing that I wanted to talk about. Because men are bitches.
Not all of them.
No, not all of them. But the ones that I went on dates with, and normally I wait like a really, really long time, like 6 months to a year, to like bring up any of these stories so that I don't throw anyone under the bus and people can't go through my social media to try and like figure out who I'm talking about. But I'm not doing that this time. Fuck that guy. Okay, so I have this long, extravagant story about a recent date that I went on that went horribly, horribly, horribly wrong. Horribly.
Yeah.
And she has...
I was there.
Horribly.
For a piece of it, and I can only say that, yes, she is correct.
It was very Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
It was very, I would have never agreed to this. Ever.
I was like, Jessie.
Ever. And it was very, you just got lied to and played very much. So I was a little upset. And I will tell that story because we ran over very late. When we used to record here, my ex-husband still was around here. And so I had someone else backing me up inside.
Yeah.
And nobody is today. And so my kids are like,
We're
but
like,
I'm running amok. And
but
they're
she's
just
all
like,
over the place, like having to do all the jobs of all the family here. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go because
I'm sorry.
No, and it's not her fault. It's my fault.
Oh, it's actually bedtime. I need 30 minutes.
You have to make sure that when you tell somebody you're gonna do something, you just don't ever give it time.
Late 30. When will you be home?
Late 30.
Late 30.
Late 30.
Sorry. And I live far, so she still has like an hour to drive. So
it's the job. You don't just leave a job halfway fucking done.
So we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
And I'll share my story. She'll share her story.
My story is going to be about barbecue sauce and a really, really great idea that we have come up with for a invention.
Yes. So she is going science, and I am going... I don't know where I'm going.
You're going science also.
Science
you learned
also.
Science on this one.
Oh, yes, I did. Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah.
No.
It's science. So we're going to give you a science lesson. And here you go.
I am here to tell you about the most horrible date I have ever been on. Fuck. I met this guy in a public place where I was with all of my friends, and all of my friends knew him, and he knew me. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. And we start messaging back and forth, and then he starts calling me, and we talk on the phone, and we talk every day. All right? I don't like hookup culture. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I don't like one-night stands. If there's not going to be a round two, I don't want there to be a round one. I think it's fucked up if a dude makes a girl add a number to her list and it's less than 5 minutes. She doesn't have an orgasm, and there's not a second option. And so I'm just like, no, I don't want to partake in any of that. Fuck all of you guys. No, thank you. I talked to this guy, and we talked every day, and all these people knew him, and I was like, all right, so he's an acquaintance. Fine. So we made plans to go on a date, and so like we meet up. He was late, and so he already felt like my guard was up. I was like, nah, this motherfucker, I know how this fucking shit goes. And so he said sorry a gajillion times, and I was like, fine, whatever. So we go and we meet Melissa and Demir for lunch, and Demir had a show. He was playing in a band, and he did School of Rock, and I wanted to be there and show support, and fucking, it was cool. And one thing he says before we go is, I'll go, but I have to drive. I don't like other people driving me. I've been in an accident. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. People have this PTSD, and I'm going to respect it, fine. We get to the place, and it's weird, and he's not who I expected him to be, and he's just, it felt very Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, like, wasn't who he was on the phone, and it was tripping me out. I was like, why are you talking like that? I don't know. And so we get there, and he introduces himself and everything, but I'm just like, wow, he's like kind of much right now. It clicked that I hadn't spoken to him on the weekends. I had only spoken to him on weekdays, and people let loose on the weekends. And so I was not prepared for this. I was not prepared for this. I was not prepared for this. Because, whoa. Weekend dudes are way different than weekday dudes. We go to lunch, and this fucker already is making everyone uncomfortable. So he says, I'm gonna go get cigarettes, and I'm like, whatever, I don't fucking care. Peace. You know, it didn't go well, and I knew that, and I think he knew that I knew that, and my friends also knew that, and I could not stop laughing. It was so awkward and uncomfortable. I could not fucking stop laughing. So this guy goes and gets cigarettes. Totally different fucking person. He's repeating himself. He is hitting on every single woman there. Fucking, he thinks he is hilarious. He is forcing people to high five him. I literally was like, you are the Cloud from Trolls. That's what you are. Immediately, I told Melissa, I'm like, oh my God, you're going to hate this. I'm so sorry. I don't even know what is happening or what to do. I'm just going to go with it right now because I'm already fucking here. Because we're already there. What am I going to do? We're already fucking there. Her and him start arguing, like going at it, and she's like, oh my God, we are gonna fight, dude. Like, why are you doing this? Nitpicking. I don't really know how to describe it because he thinks he's being silly or something. I don't know. Turns out, motherfucker was high as a kite. Oh my God. Which, yeah, I mean, it checks out. And I didn't know this at this point. We go to leave, and Melissa's like, Jessie, I don't know. This is bothering me. Can you just come with us? And I'm like, dude, yeah, I want to, but I don't want to see this dude again. I want to go get my car, and then I'm going to meet you there. And she's like, I know, but I just don't like it. And I'm like, I know, dude, I don't either, but I don't want to do this again. I don't want to knock on that motherfucker's door and say, hey, for my fucking car. Like, I had just my fucking shit right there. And I'm like, should have done that. And so, mistake made on my part, okay, fine. But, what again, daylight and fucking friends and public and talked every single day and people knew him. I had checked all the safe, normal boxes, okay. Fast forward, we go to leave, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna get my car. I will meet you guys at the show. Fuck all that. And this guy knew I had the fuck all that vibes. Because as soon as we left Melissa, he refused to take me back. Dude, I am fucking, like, I'm falling apart. I don't have the pills that I need. Come on. My pills are in my car. My car is back there. I need to get in my fucking car. And then he pees in a bush in the middle of the day in a parking lot. And then walks into the store that has the bathroom. This guy said he was going to go use the restroom, and then he peed right there. I should have just called Melissa, and I'm literally going, if I could get this guy's fucking key or just, like, I don't know, like, and I'm just trying to come up with 1,000 plans of, like, let me just get my fucking car. He goes and starts shopping in the thrift store. And so I call him and say, what the fuck are you doing? And he goes, oh, I've never been here before. I want to check this shit out. I said, no, you're going to come out here and you're going to take me back. So he comes outside. And he starts driving erratically because he is not sober. And again, I didn't know this at this point. And I'm starting to count how many times he's getting honked at. Then it comes to the split in the freeway where he's supposed to get off and take me to my car, and he passes it and drives to LA. And I'm in the car going, what the fuck are you doing? I don't want to do this. You're fucking driving unsafe. This isn't safe. I don't want to be here. I didn't agree to this. This isn't fucking part of the plan. Take me back to my fucking car. And he won't. And he drives to like the most unsafe part of LA you could imagine. There's fucking shit on the fucking sidewalk. Pulls into a parking garage. I'm like, all right, well, at least in here there's a gate. I'm fine in here. And we go upstairs, and he will not leave. And he does not acknowledge that I exist or that I am there until finally I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And all of the people are like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I didn't agree to come here. My fucking pills are in my car. I need to leave. I'm gonna call an Uber. And they're like, no, don't call an Uber. Just wait a minute. And then hours go by, and they won't let me fucking go. And I don't even know where to tell the Uber I am. And I won't go outside to wait for it because it's not fucking safe. And this guy's fucking tripping balls, dancing by himself. And I'm just like, I don't even know where I am or how to call for help. I know there are people close enough. And Melissa keeps checking on me, but I don't know how to tell her, like, what I need at this point because I need my pills. My pills are in my car. I can't leave my car at this motherfucker's house. It was very important to me that I go get my car. They're not fun shit. Like, I would just start barfing everywhere. You know, I need this shit. So finally, one of his friends is like, okay, bro, I need your parking space. You need to leave. Take her back. So we get in the car. He stops at a food truck on the side of the road in LA, orders food, and is like, here, I got you the food that you said you wanted. And it's now 1 a.m. in the morning. I haven't eaten this whole time. I don't have my medication this whole time. I haven't fucking laid down this whole time. I'm in pain. I'm crying in public in this fool's friend's house. I'm crying, going, I need my meds. Why won't you guys let me leave? I need to fucking leave. I gotta go. What the fuck is going on? But nothing was violent. Nobody was gross. It was just, they were just ignoring it. It was fucking wacky, dude. It was chaotic and it was uncomfortable. And there was probably a lot of drugs. A lot. I have tacos on the side of the road in Los Angeles at 1 in the morning. And I'm like, where the fuck is this dude? He's gone. He's just gone. And I like go into a bar and he's hitting on a table full of women. Take me home, asshole. What the fuck? And he goes, that was so aggressive. And I'm like, honestly, I don't even fucking care. Like, I don't know where I am. I just want to fucking leave. I know we're a little bit closer than we were before. Take me to my car. He does. He drives back. And all I want is just to grab my keys so I can fucking get in my car. And it's right inside. Put my shoes on. I'm going to go. And this guy's like, if you fucking put your shoes on, you'll never see me again. And I'm like, all right. And I put my shoes on. And he goes, if you fucking pick up your keys, don't even talk to me. All right. Pick up my keys. If you fucking touch that doorknob, don't you dare put that bag on your shoulder. I'm like, bro, it has not even been a day. What are you doing? I choose that option. I literally said, yes, I choose that. Yes. And I open the door and I go out the fucking door. And he goes, if you walk down those steps. And I went, oh my God, Jesus Christ. And I fucking shut the door by me. And I go down the steps. And he comes out to the top of the steps. And he goes, don't you dare walk away from me. If you walk away from me, just cancel me from your life. And I'm like, fucking done, bro. Cool. Thank you very much. See you later. Got my keys, got my car. I'm out. And so he fucking follows me out. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, fucking what? What could you possibly want? That you're following me outside yelling, calling me lovey. What the fuck do you want? I don't even know you, bro. What do you want? I have been trying to leave all day. And he's like, please, just come back inside. Just come back inside. Please, I'll make it up to you. Fucking no. No, absolutely not. Fucking no. And I get in my car, and this motherfucker walks up to the car window, and he's fucking yelling and talking to me through the window, and I'm waiting for him to move just enough so I can drive away. And finally, I'm like, all right, peace out. If you fucking do this, if you start your car, if you drive away. I'm like, bro, I already told you 100 times. I'm gonna drive away. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna cancel you. I'm gonna erase. Yes, I choose all of that. And so I drive away, and this fucker walks down the road after me. Oh my God. And I drove all the way home. I don't know, this fucker. I realized that a lot of his stories about a friend were about him. And then it clicked and it all made sense. And I was like, oh, I shouldn't be here. So dang. I don't really understand how to get to know people then. Because I thought I did it right. And I talked to him for many, many days and for a long time. And then I met him in a daylight public setting with my friends. And it went horribly wrong. Don't. Because I'm not interested. I am not the one. I am not the one for you. I'm not the one. Not the number two either. And if you have a number two, don't ask me to be either one of them. Because I don't want to be. No, thank you. So now I have more trust issues than I already had before. And also, I think that all men are bitches. That was a bitch move. That was a bitch move. Pulls a fast one on me. So, all the single ladies. But yeah, so that is my story. I thought I was doing it right. But now, like, thinking back, I learned way a lot. And now I'm more aware of, like, other kinds of red flags that I didn't even realize were red flags before. But now I know I'm not that desperate. I love myself enough to just go, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm good. I don't need that. So, here's Melissa.
Jessie and I were talking about how much I love this barbecue sauce from Horny Toad right here. And it is almost gone, and I'm so sad because they don't sell it anymore. And I'm pretty bummed because it literally, I would buy like a whole case of it and have it shipped to my house if I could right now. But we used to be able to go and pick up cases, and then they don't let you anymore because, you know, the fucking food people. And so I told Jessie that I wish that I had the DNA for this so that I could remake it. And when she said ingredients today.
No, supplies.
When she said supplies today and then ingredients, I realized that that was the word I was looking for. I wish that I had the ingredients for this barbecue sauce so that I could make it at home. So if Horny Toad is listening, somebody call me and let me know.
Science!
Science!
Do you guys feel smarter? How do you feel about me almost getting kidnapped?
Right? I'm like, oh, fuck, now I gotta put a tracker on Jessie.
But I'm an adult, so it would have been abducted, basically held against my will, but I don't know if he was really aware of that.
Yeah, is it? Well, it is. It's held against your will even if the other person's not aware about it.
Yeah, that's true.
That is.
It still counts.
Yeah, if they're not aware, you are, and it is held against your will. So, yes. How do you guys think about my invention?
It's very good.
And now we need to get it and do it because there's so many people now that want it. So
when she first told me this idea, she was like, I want something that tells you like all of the DNA that's in like a recipe. And I was like, do you mean ingredients?
Nope, I mean the DNA.
But because she was saying like she wanted to know if something had peanuts. Like, you know how they have the date rape nail polish where you can dip your fingers
They have the drug sticks. They're like, there's fucking heroin in this.
Don't do it.
Or you did heroin in your pee or whatever. So
and
there could be like, there's nuts in this
there's
frosting.
Peanuts. Don't do it. And so it was a beneficial invention, and Google that shit, it could be done.
It probably already is. But...
Also, she was saying she wanted a mini giraffe.
Oh my God.
And I was like, maybe that's real. There's mini cows, there's mini donkeys. And she was like, what the fuck? I never heard of a mini cow or a mini donkey.
I didn't.
And I was like, are you serious?
And then
she was. And
Jessie goes online, and there's literally mini giraffes, you guys.
There's a dwarf giraffe.
It's not mini to you or mini to me because freaking it's probably taller than us, but in the
feet.
giraffe life,
it's mini.
It's mini. But I would like one that just like stands here and it like gets all cuddly.
Like a poodle. Fucking...
Or one that stands like yay high and its neck is here.
Oh, like... Yorkie. I meant Yorkie.
Oh, yeah. And a Yorkie would be a good size giraffe.
So we are going to go back into another dimension now.
No more mermaid.
No more mermaid. So
now I believe in mermaids too.
I also believe in mermaids. I do. I believe in mermaids and Bigfoot and dragons and all of that shit. I super believe in that stuff. That doesn't mean it's here right now in this part of where we live, but it's fucking real, and it has been real, and it was real at some point.
And it's gonna be real again.
You might.
Probably.
Can you imagine just driving and a dragon fucking flies over?
No, I'll still look at her all glazed-eyed over about dragons. I'll be like, come on.
Oh, but everyone believes in a fucking pterodactyl. That's bullshit.
That's a dragon.
So. Peter Pan would be really fucking proud.
I'm really excited.
Okay.
Oh, Peter. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace out.
Peace.